Alright, my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and one question I get here all the time at the channel whenever we have an in-game event is the event actually worth your time? And that happens to be a very fair question because a lot of you out there, including myself, you know, we have full-time jobs, school, family, and other responsibilities. So we want to make sure that if we're going to actually invest time during an event, it's going to feel worthwhile. Now, with that being said, in my opinion, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I can confidently say that this 2025 winter event, which does go until January 6th, is without a doubt the most generous event we've had in a very long time as far as rewards are concerned. Now, I say that as someone who's played every single event we've had in this game, including stretch goals, and I've genuinely never seen rewards like this drop on a consistent basis. Now, with that being said, today's video is all about my opening up 50 different gear caches, seeing what we get. I just had the microphone on when I was actually opening these things, but I need to mention a few things before we get to that footage. First of all, for those of you out there who have no idea how to farm the bounty or the keys, I'm going to leave a link to a video I posted the other day that will walk you through the entire process. However, one thing I want to address really quick is a question a lot of you have sent the channel over the last few days, and that is, did the game nerf the amount of keys or bounties that drop from the different Krampuslauf that are all across the map? And while my short answer is no, what I have noticed is that the dropping of the keys and bounties have been very inconsistent. You know, there happen to be a few runs, let's say 3 or 4 runs in a row, I don't get any keys, any bounties, but then all of a sudden, like the footage you're seeing on screen, in one run I get 2 bounties, and then subsequently I wind up getting like 3 keys as well. And the reason I say that is we all know that RNG can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, but I'm telling you, my friends, this event happens to be worth it. Once you get a bunch of different keys to open up different caches, I strongly recommend doing it, especially if you happen to be missing certain must-have items in the game. On that note, we're going to cut to some gameplay footage and commentary of my opening up 50 different gear caches. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time, and with that being said, let's cut right to the footage. Alright, my fellow agents, I hope everyone is doing well. In this video, we're going to open up 50 gear caches. Actually, we're going to open up 45 gear caches and then 5 apparel caches, because I farmed 100 keys. We donated 30. I've opened up 20 apparel caches so far, so I have 5 more to go, and so yeah, you can do the math. Anyway, first one is the turmoil. That's a good one. I know for a lot of players out there trying to get that. One of the must-have items in the game without a doubt. Let's see what we get on our second one. Got the Lexington. There we go. A lot of you reach out asking about those 2 items. Yes, you can get them from this event, including the Quick Step. That's been another popular weapon that was introduced into the game. All right, let's see what we get next and have a sip of coffee. Liberty Pistol. Come on, we got to get the Regulus. In every single event we've ever had, stretch goals, different, whatever it is, I've never gotten that weapon. And again, you know, you can get it from completing the raid and all that stuff, but I just never did it. What do we got next? The Caretaker. You know, I gotta say, this is probably one of the most underused weapons in the game, I think. I need to make a build with that. Also, I apologize if there's a bunch of background noise. I got the heat just kicked on, so there's a lot of, and whatever. What are you gonna do, right? All right, we have the bell ringer. That is new from this event. I'm trying to think what other items I need that I don't have. You know, once I see them on screen, I'll be like, yep, don't have that. What do we got? The Huntsman. There we go. I do not have this weapon as yet. And again, these are most of these items you can have obtained through different events in the game. I just didn't do them, didn't have time, whatever it was. And for me, I mean, just so far, this event has been really, really good. Let me know your thoughts. All right, we got another bell ringer. We knew this was going to happen. We're going to get a bunch of duplicates. The heat just turned off. All right, it's quiet now. Caretaker. All right. And these should be all god rolled, by the way, as far as the weapons are concerned. And I think the gear as well. I'll take a look after. Okay, another Caretaker. All right. That's 2 in a row. What was that? 2 in a row? Yeah, 2 Caretakers in a row. Now we have, give me the Regulus. What do we have? Oh, that's 3 in a row. All right, we got to power through this. Can we get something new this time? Of course we can. Must think positive. What are we going to get? Where's my coffee? The quick step. All right, there we go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I like it. I just didn't want to get, 15 quick step in a row. That would have kind of pissed me off, but okay, we're good. The cycle has been broken. What do we have next, my friends? Snow machine. All right. That's good to have if you don't have it. If you want to collect everything. Come on, Regulus. Let's go. Bell ringer. All right. Got a few of those so far. Let's keep at it. This is going to be the one. I can tell. Let's f***ing go. There we go, baby. All right. In all my years of playing this game, this is the first time I've gotten this weapon. We're going to screenshot this 100%. Yeah, I'm going to show my friends. Thank you, Xbox. All right. Mission accomplished already. This is the best event we've ever had, just because I've finally gotten that weapon. And I've never had any luck with any of these things before. Now, one thing I'm going to do really quick. Anytime you initially get something you've always wanted to get in this game, I recommend the first thing you do, go to your inventory, mark it as a favorite. That way you don't accidentally delete it, because I would lose my mind if I did. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's keep this thing moving forward. So as we continue to open these up, I want to address a question a lot of you have sent the channel over the last day, and that is, did the game nerf the amount of keys that you're getting, from, hunting the Krampuslauf all across the map? And my answer is no. What I have noticed, however, and hopefully I mentioned this at the introduction of my video, was there's a level of inconsistency when it comes to the keys and the bounties and all that. Like, I was farming, trying to get bounties for like an hour, didn't get one to drop. Then all of a sudden, like 3 or 4, ooh, Rejoice Pride, that's a good one. 3 or 4 Krampuslauf in a row, I wound up getting a bunch of bounties. So that was inconsistent, and I would see the same pattern in the keys as well, because I would farm the Krampus bounty, hitting up those 2 initial waves and then going back to the base of ops and rinse and repeating that method. I would hit up a bunch of bounties and no keys would drop. I'd do like 4 or 5 in a row, nothing. And then all of a sudden, 3 or 4, bounties in a row, I'd get like a total of 11 keys, which was insane. So it winds up evening out, I think, but the grind is no joke. But I got to tell you, honestly, these rewards, totally worth it. Now, maybe I'm just saying that as someone who finally got the Regulus. All right, let's get back to it. The Slayer. All right, let's keep on keeping on. What else am I trying to get? I wish I could remember. Another bell ringer. That's not it. The Hunter Killer. Okay, I have the Huntsman now. We got that. Got the Regulus. I don't think I've ever seen an EB drop. That'd be kind of sick. Dodge City Gunslinger's Holster. That's another one I've never used in a build before, and I need to. Another Regulus. Shut up. Seriously? I don't get any for years, then all of a sudden we have 2. I wish you could just do dual handguns. How sick would that be? Pull some Wild Wild West stuff. Alright. Trying to get the EB. I already have the EB. I just want... Oh, there we go. Hunter Killer. Beautiful. Alright. Now I think we're good. I think... Is that everything? I don't know if I have that new exotic rifle in the game as yet. Maybe that's the other thing. I'm sorry if you can hear everyone. Oh, the EB. Shut the front door. There we go. Everyone in the house is sick right now. Except for me. Well, I am, but it's just kind of my voice, But I'm not. Everyone else is just floored. So we are sequestering ourselves to the office. And we are going... Another Hunter Killer. All right, there we go. I have options. Never used that one before because I've never had that one before. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm sequestering myself to the office. I'm just going to play video games all day. Hopefully. Another Turmoil. So we've gotten Turmoil, Lexington, Quick Step. How many more keys? 23, dear Lord. I don't know if I have it in me to keep talking this whole time. I may just let the rest of it play out without any commentary, just because my voice is starting to fade. I want to be able to make you a few other videos over the next few days. Bell ringer. What is that, like 6 of those so far? And again, you're going to get, you know, duplicates. That's going to happen. But yeah, so far, and this is something I've heard. Do me a favor. I don't know if I said this previously. Let me know in the comment section, what has your luck been like when it comes to this event? And look, my opening up, look, I farmed 100 keys. That probably took, I would have to say, over the last, what is it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, we're opening these up. I would have to say in those 4 days of playing, a total of maybe 7 hours of gameplay. And that's again over a 4-day span. So that's not just grinding nonstop. What I would do is this. I would hit up the bounties for like 30, 40 minutes in a row, then stop. But based on the rewards I've gotten so far, just from this video we're recording right now, it's definitely been worth it. And look, I'm probably going to stop farming the bounties now. I don't need to, there's nothing else I need to get or nothing else I want to get in the game. Another EB, that's sweet. And for a lot of players out there, look, you never got these weapons. You've never done the raid, or you've never, you know, you've missed previous seasonal events. And yeah, it's been pretty damn good so far. Also, let me know, what are you on the hunt for? Is it a bell ringer? Because chances are you're going to get a bunch of those. All right, what do we got? 16 keys left. You know what? We're going to power through this thing. We're going to do that. We got this. Another Regulus. Holy shit. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. 3 Reguluses. All right, what's next, my friends? What do we got? Bell ringer. Shocking. We watched Elf last night. Such a good movie. I cannot get enough of that movie. I just love it so much. I can still remember going to see it in the theater when it came out, and just so much damn fun. The Huntsman. That is good. Need to put a weapon. Excuse me, a weapon. Need to put a build together around that weapon. We'll get to that ASAP. Next on our list is, what are we down to now? 10 keys? I didn't even look. Turmoil. There we go. What do we got? Oh, and some of you have reached out saying you're still seeing the UI issue with your apparel caches, or with the keys you've donated, or with the keys that have been donated, depending on the platform you're playing on. It's weird for me. There are times I log in and it says 0 keys donated, then it'll show 30 keys donated, or 20 and 25, so. Remember, every single piece of apparel in this game, another Regulus? What the hell? That's awesome. Every single piece of apparel during this event you can earn for free by using those keys. You don't have to buy anything. Don't buy apparel keys. Farm the winter keys, use those to open the apparel, and I will leave a link to a video going over all of the farming details in the video description down below. Okay, we are now heading down the home stretch, and the final 5 keys are going to be for apparel. This worked out great. I was worried that I wasn't going to get the Regulus, and I'd have to use those final 5 keys instead of finishing up, you know, collecting all the apparel to continue to open up caches. But yeah, we're good. The event is definitely worth it, my friends. Bittersweet. Didn't have that one. There we go. That's the one I think I was talking about before, the new exotic rifle. So sweet, we picked up that. 2 more keys to go for gear. Finish it off with a Ouroboros. I do have that from the incursion. But a lot of you reached out in the previous video I posted in the comment section, and you were saying that you picked up the Ouroboros, the EB, the Regulus. I love it. It's a good event, my friends. All right, that is going to do it for the gear caches. Now we're going to open up the apparel. I think I'm going to wrap this video up as far as my talking part is concerned. Thank you all so very much. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. Let me know what you're on the hunt for. Also, let me know what items you've gotten so far. Last but not least, and I know I said this a moment ago, but please take your time when you're going through the items you received from opening up these caches. You know, mark the ones you want to keep as a favorite first. Then you circle back and delete everything else. But just please take your time. Too many people get something they've been trying to get forever. They delete it. It sucks. Don't make that mistake. All right. That's all I got for this one. As always, thank you so much for your incredible support, and I will see you in the next one.